Are you ready to test your memory again? This is a fun one. You'll need to think back very carefully and put the scenes in the order in which they occurred during the stories of Thomas and the Jet Engine. Use the left and right arrow key to select your answer. If you are in need of help, click on the Hint button in the bottom left-hand corner to hear a clue that will help you answer the question. Have fun!
I was disappointed not to be part of the fun and preparations for the party, but when one of the horses got stuck, I transported him to the party so that he could give rides to the children. I felt very useful. Which of these three scenes occurred first in Harold and the Flying Horse? Remember, you can click on the Hint button to hear a clue if you're having trouble picking the right answer. Do you remember how sad I was at the beginning of the episode that I was not included in preparations for the party? Which scene shows me looking very sad? You've got it. Great job. Do you remember what happened next? Remember, you can click on the Hint button for help. The next thing that happened was I was chosen by Sir Topham Hatt to rescue a horse that needed to get to the party. Can you find that scene here? That's right. I transported the horse to the party so he could give horseback rides to the guest. By now, you should be pretty familiar with what happened in Thomas and the Jet Engine. Can you choose what happened first in this episode? Do you remember who loaded the jet engine onto my car? It was Cranky. Which scene here shows that? That's right. Cranky was loading a special delivery onto my car, a jet engine. Can you remember what happened next? The next thing that happened is the jet engine started as Cranky loaded it onto my car. Do you see that scene here? Yes, Cranky accidentally turned on the switch to the jet engine, and I sped off. Do you remember when Fergus and I ran into a terrible storm in the story Salty Stormy Tale? The lighthouse went out, and the lighthouse keeper was very upset. Can you choose which one of these three scenes occurred first? The first thing that happened in Salty Stormy Tale is I headed by myself to the smelter's yard. Do you see that scene here? That's right. I went off to pick up Fergus from the smelter's yard. What happened next? Which scene here shows that the lighthouse was fixed? That's it. Fergus and I worked very hard to fix the lighthouse so the fishermen could steer their boat away from the island, and I was very happy to have helped. Sir Topham Hatt entrusted me to carry passengers to their destinations, and I was very happy. But then there was a mishap, and the passengers were disrupted. Can you put these scenes in the order in which they occurred in the story Bulgy Rides Again? Remember, you can click on the Hint button if you get stuck. The chickens ran amok, and the whole scene was a mess. Can you choose the scene here that shows this? Yes, the chickens caused me to crash, and my passengers weren't very happy. What happened next? Do you remember when the passengers got all covered with eggs and chicken feathers? Choose that scene now. My poor passengers were covered with feathers, so Sir Topham Hatt decided I'd go back to being a refreshment stand, and I was very happy about that. Boy, was I frightened in the story Scaredy Engines. Do you remember what happened first in this story? Percy Duck and I went to the smelter's yard. Do you see that scene here? That's right. Percy Duck and I went to the smelter's yard to collect scrap. Do you remember what happened after that?